Hello, and welcome to Preparing to Survive and Thrive Homesteading channel with Charlie B. Today, this video is going to be a little different. So let's talk. We're homesteaders, preppers, survivalists, whatever you want to call us. We are preserving our food and planting a garden and making sure we are taking care of ourselves. Be off the grid as much as possible and not have to rely on the government. So what it comes down to being is homesteading is not just all about growing a garden, animal husbandry. It's also about keeping your family warm and safe. So today I'm going to kind of hit on the aspect of keeping your family warm with the rising cost of energy, fuels, insulation, lumber, you name it, building materials in general. I am going to do an inexpensive way to help keep your house a little warmer. Now, for me, I do this as a necessity because we bought a very old house built back in 1917, and our windows are not the best. And some storm windows were installed before we ever bought the house, but they were not installed right. So, and by the way, I'd like to introduce you to my Callie Co. Here she is. She's my belly rub girl. She likes to have her belly rubbed. But I digress. So here we go. I have to cover my windows in plastic. We have not bought storm windows for the whole place as of yet, and we're measuring and we're getting ready to do them. However, the windows themselves, the seals around the window frames, that all needs to be fixed before we can actually install the windows. We've had other projects that had to take precedence, so we are going to do the plastic on our windows again, and I'm going to be showing you this. So don't mind my mess. We are also cleaning out of different things and have some bins sitting around on our porch until we finish going through them today. This is my window in question. If you can hear it, it is the wind is very, very windy. So we are going to replace this. It's supposed to get down to about 38 to 40 degrees tonight. This was also the window that we had our AC unit in it because we don't have central air. We just have 3 or 4 window units depending on if people are here staying and if we have to put one in the extra bedroom. So this was it. It's coming off the window because we raised it up when we put the air conditioner in. We just sealed it the best we could. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to take down the curtain, and I am going to be pulling off this plastic. Pulling off the plastic, I guess, before I take down the curtains. But it has sticky tape on it. It's double-sided tape. It works very well. And these blue lines that I put on there, they are so the cats don't jump into the window once they get it done, because when we first started doing this, we had a problem with Callie, that you just met, and Buster, that you've met before, jumping into the windows. So, hang with me, and I'll be back once I get everything off the window, and I can show you what it all looks like. Well, these are our big, beautiful windows. Yes, with a ladder sitting in front of them. I have to get up on one in order to be able to clean it and take down the tape and the plastic. Now, this is the product I'm using. It is the window kit. It's Duck brand, and this was, you can see on the box, it says 84 by 120. It was not. It is 42 by 120. So it comes like this. You unroll it, you fold it out, you measure it, and it has tape with it. Just like this. Sticky on both sides. And what I'm going to be doing first is I'm going to get up there. I'm not going to film this because I might fall off the ladder because I'm like that. I'm going to put tape up around it without removing the tape protector from any of it. So hang on with me. We'll be back in a few. So right now what you're looking at is a side view of the window. What I am going to be doing is I am going to be taking the tape, and I am just going to bring it out from here to here. I don't want to hit the curtain rod, but the curtain rod where it's sitting is kind of a good indication of where we need to be. This wood on this window is either oak or chestnut. It's been, I don't know, one person says oak, one person says chestnut. I don't know. I just know that it's very pretty. And believe it or not, these old rickety windows is one of the reasons I bought this house. I love old windows. Every house I've ever bought had these big old windows in it. Maybe not exactly the arches, but they always had the big, beautiful, fancy woodwork. It's very hard to, even with a drill and a screw, it's very hard to actually get the curtain rod holders in. As you can see, this one didn't go all the way in, and I stripped the screw, and I was like, oh well, I'll fix it later. So there is a little bevel out here. And I'm going to just bring this down and get a tape measure because I know I have to do at least 40 some odd inches. It's 44 or 42 is the piece of plastic. And I know I have a lot more than, I have less space than 42 because I measured them earlier today. So yeah, that would be perfect. I'll just have a little bit of overlap, but it's no biggie. It will work out awesomeness. So it's about 38.5. And I get that done. And then what I have to do is I have to go down both sides of the window. I want to make sure I get this little bevel. I also pull off the tape at the very ends, the tape protector that keeps it from sticking until I'm ready to put the plastic up. So that way I can just go ahead and set this right here and I don't have to worry about me having any open spaces when I go to put the plastic in. I have to work my way around this little bevel. That's part of the decoration on the wood. Go all the way down. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that's tucked under there. Try to do it as straight as possible, but it doesn't always happen. So we'll be back. Let me go ahead and finish this, and you can see me putting the plastic up. Well, I've got the tape running down both sides, and yes, I know I need to fix my windows. They need painted. Just like I said, this is a work in progress, so bear with me, and I will take you on the journey of fixing this old house up, along with making this house into a home and a productive homestead. Okay, so keep that in mind, all right? Don't be too judgmental, but I love my old money pit, and I'm working hard on it. First thing I'll do is I will remove the tape protector so the tape didn't stick to anything on the way down. I'm going to take it down on the side some also. One thing when you are doing this and you are dealing with the tape, you also need to make sure you clean off the dust, if you have animals, any little hair, anything like that, because it will prevent the tape from sticking. I've even taken alcohol wipes, swabs, I guess they're just little wipes, and cleaned off the windowsill and stuff to get it done. Wipe it down with some water and make sure there's not a whole lot of oils on them, and that should work out very nicely. This is the plastic. And the camera makes it look like the window is that crooked, but it really isn't. So, as you can see, as I'm taking this apart, this is not 84 inches. See, if this would have been 84 inches, I could have actually gotten 3 windows out of each packet. And it's you know, I feel like I've paid way too much more than I should, but I need it. I did think about returning it, but I won't be able to get it until late October. Sorry about the noise. Okay, with this being right here, now I'm going to have a little bit, very little, on each side as an overdraft or an overreach, and also some for the top will be over the tape. As you can hear it, I was pulling it off a little bit. Try to get that as straight as possible so when I go to put it down, it will all fit nicely. Now this thing, if it's not completely straight, it's not going to kill anything, because whenever we go at the end of this, after we get it all up and it's sealed, then we take a blow dryer to it and we even make it tighter. It makes it more taut, and it will work. It keeps the air out amazingly. I can guarantee when we started doing this, we saved hundreds of dollars on fuel oil because we didn't have our pellet stove in yet. And right now, as I had stated, we're getting ready to put in a new heating system, which is going to be absolutely wonderful, and I will show you what that is as soon as we get it in. We have to get this window done first before we can do the heating system, because where the AC unit usually sits, there is a radiator that will be going there. So with this, I'm also tucking it. Now, I'm sure there's somebody thinking, why doesn't she just fix the windows? Well, when I was working full-time, we actually had a gentleman come out and give me an estimate on how much it would cost to have storm windows put in. Now, I had already priced storm windows at that time. It was back in 2018, and he was going to charge us horribly. It was like 4 times the cost of the windows. Now, I know what I have to do, and he wasn't even fixing the windows. All he was going to do was the storm windows, and we would have had to fix them before we could put the storm windows in. Okay, so I've got this pretty good. Looks pretty good. And I am going to go ahead and pull the tape the rest of the way down. And when we get down to the bottom area, I will show you how I'm going to do the bottom.